My grandpa is a fevered fan of Chinese calligraphy. I can still remember those loving afternoons in his study several years ago. Sitting on his lap, I'd stretch out my puppy-fat tiny hands, following his brush to imitate every word as peaceful characters emerge on the paper one after another. But one day, his hands suddenly became paralyzed in midair. He had had a stroke, and that meant he could no longer do calligraphy. However, instead of being sorrowful, he gave me a broadest, purest, and proudest smile I'd ever seen, saying, "How lucky I am that they're all in my blood." I was too young to exactly understand what he meant, but later on, when I reflected on that oversized grin, I was just amazed by how deeply Chinese culture was engraved in his mind and how naturally this cultural confidence has registered from a normal Chinese individual's words and actions. Those words of my grandpa, "They're all in my blood," will ring true to every Chinese person. The first word we spoke, Chinese. The first thing we wrote, a Chinese character, and the first bedtime story my mommy ever told me, a Chinese legend. All these seemingly common issues will strike a chord with every Chinese person and channeling new inspiration to us today. On May the 22nd this year, China's Zhurong rover landed on Mars and has operated for more than 2 months and traveled more than 300 kilometers. Intriguingly, its name Zhurong is the god of fire in Chinese mythology, which adds a sense of romance into this ice-cold machine and strikes a chord with all Chinese. With traditional culture channeling new inspiration, the problem is anything but how to be culturally confident, but instead, how we cannot be. However, simply being confident is just a start, a preparation for a further excursion, and a prelude for a greater episode. When we dig deep with a thorough insight into our own culture, we will find many things still need to be perfected, and some things in pressing need of a revival. And my friends, this mission lies on us, Chinese youth. In 1962, a 24-year-old Peking University graduate set foot in the Gobi Desert, where a unique cultural hub, Mogao Grotto, needed urgent protection. The graduate said, "I was there because I was needed there." Though doing countless things for this significant relic, Fan Jingshi said the only thing she was doing was staying there. Every time I turn the pages of her biography, her tiny figure walking step by step on that vast desert will re-emerge in my mind. Though we may work in different fields, fight for different dreams, the quality we need is the same: staying power. I always dream of being an intercultural communicator, because every time I'm left dizzy when I find a connection between ancient and modern, Oriental and Occidental culture, and there is a strong impulse inside me to share this pleasure with everyone else. But I know the road of pursuit is definitely full of barriers and obstacles. To conquer this, what we need is a strong cultural confidence and a firm stay on our way. After the stroke, my grandpa shifted his focus towards studying ancient characters. And he has developed a habit of smelling ink. As he said, the sweet scent of ink is conducive to his recovery. And my friends, facing the new and embracing the old, let's march confidently to the new era with a sweet scent of ink lingering in our mind.